Hello, everyone. I'm Sri Banerjee, certified astrologer, and in this segment, I'm going to be going over the new moon that took place 2 days ago, but you still feel the effect. This took place in 7:51 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So let's go ahead and get started here. This is a very interesting configuration here because I actually haven't ever seen this before, but these are all in the upper heavens, which is above the horizon, upper horizon being right here. And they're all in the quadrant, in this quadrant here. So this can only mean one thing, that this is a very pivotal and major new moon that took place in Aries. And so the new moon is making a transition in Aries, and Aries is a very fiery sign. And so you're making a new moon in Aries. Quran is also somewhat somewhat essential as well, but Quran, it takes 51 years to go around uh, the astrological chart. So that's kind of important. But the new moon that takes place, the moon takes place only 30 days to go around around the Earth, according to astrological beliefs. So Uranian, this is a Uranian thinking outside of the box, understanding, and Gemini. So kind of like understanding who you are, but then also understanding in the house of communication. So this is in the sign of communication, and this is very close to the ascendant. So the moon, the new moon, Venus, Uranus, the combination of these four, that's a powerhouse. And so there's a real big transition. So if you plant the seeds of something that you would like to achieve, then you can do so around this new moon. So speaking of the theme of transformation, Pluto is in the midheaven with transformation as well. So if you're looking to change careers, get some more education, and also go into some careers. I personally have completed my criminal justice degree, so now I'm transitioning to other things at some new and exciting moments. So this is that, and then the rest of the planets, the house of partnerships in terms of groups, group partnerships, is good to have all of these planets in the 11th house. Again, Neptune, all these planets are all in Aries, so these are all fiery sort of. Mars is in Aries in its own house. Mercury, of course, takes on the persona of Mars, so all the thinking is kind of dynamic. And then Neptune kind of understands, allows for kind of a um, swims in sort of amazing thinking. And then Saturn kind of tempers all of this, but being in Aries, this is kind of. Being in Aries, this is kind of suppressive, but then it can be a stepping block for other great possible things. There's some good aspects between Pluto and Uranus here. Of course, this is not a personal planet, but this is interesting as well when it conjuncts Venus over here. So theme is transformation, transformation, transformation. There's a lot of themes going on here, but death and rebirth, like the phoenix, is also kind of seen here. There's a dynamic sort of change that's going on all around the world with wars and everything, but people, the leaders will have to think in different ways and new ways to resolve conflict. So these are what's going on in the heavens. I hope this has made some sense. Thank you for listening.